In the previous video, I showed how to do a full setup of the task controller. Once that's done, you don't have to go through all those steps every day. What we can do is hit back, go into our wizards, and from the main page, we can do what they call daily operation. Now, this wouldn't necessarily be daily, this would be field to field. So every time you switch fields, you would do a daily operation. So we select our operator and our units. If nothing's changed, we hit next. We pick the crop type. So I can go into the list and I can pick some chickpeas I'm going to spray today. Grower farm field. I can go in and either create a new field or I can select a field. Let's go to the back 40 today. Hit next. Operation instance. If we go to spray multiple passes in a year in the same field, when we go back the second time, the field is already painted and covered in. At that point, we would hit Operation Instance, New, and change that to Spray 2. That uses our same guidance lines that we can repeat on, but gives us a blank map to paint on, so we can have one field with multiple maps for multiple applications. The task name automatically populates. It has the date and time in there. I recommend that you leave that alone. We don't want to put burn off in there and have burn off for every field, because then it lumps all those jobs together in one file and it'll cause you memory issues. Best just to leave it as date and time. Work condition, spray, product. This is where we can go in and change our product to different products that we have in the monitor. If we're doing a prescription, we can go in there and we can select a prescription from there. The file has to be made properly in the proper format, put in the proper folders on the card. This unit doesn't have any in, so we'll leave that as none. Once we hit run, we are set up and ready to run. If we go into run 2, we can see that our grower farm field are selected, spray instance 2, just like we set before. And if we look up in the top left hand corner, there's a yellow button flashing here saying there's no task active. Now, early versions of software, we would have to hit a start button to start and stop this job. Later versions of software, we have a start button here. So when we're in manual mode, we can start the job and that icon goes away and we're ready to spray, and we can pause the job and the icon comes back. We also have the option of hitting the manual button, changing it to automatic. Now that icon will flash once we pull into the field and we start to drive. We turn the sprayer on. Once it sees product flow and ground speed, it automatically starts the job for us. One less button to push. Usually I prefer to run with auto selected here. Run 3 is where we can set up our guidance line. Run 4 is going to be a coverage map. The layer icon, we can switch our zoom level from auto, field, manual, or pan. I usually like shutting the swaths off, so this is just a coverage map without the guidance lines on it. And we can also change the coverage from coverage to product rate to see a variable rate map if we're changing our rate. We do have a button up top here to record boundaries if we want to record boundaries. Run 5 is just some GPS information. Run 6 again is where we can mark weeds or rocks and various other information on the sprayer. Back at run 1, this is where we get into our ISO product control screens.